On the night of December 12th, Laura Dickinson went to a party. It was a secret Santa party involving all the members of the women's novice rowing team. There were no men at that party. There was no drinking alcohol at that party. On the far left, closest to the light, was how Laura looked that night.
I want to place an objection. I'll put it on the record.
Laura Dickinson had a cardiac arrhythmia. She had it since 2005 when she was hospitalized with it. She has a family history of cardiac problems. Her grandfather died before the age of 50. Paternal grandmother has it. Aunt has it, rather. So we know it's a family problem. She has a heart problem in the family. What are some of the signs and symptoms? Lightheadedness, tiredness. Why does that become important? What did Maria Clary say? Well, she said she was tired. That's why when you were running that day. What does her boyfriend say? She's not feeling good. And she even told me the day before, I'm not feeling good. What does her dad say, as reported by Roger Simpson of the coroner's office? She told him the day of the incident or the night before she was ill. She didn't feel good. You may say, how is it that a person could be fully fit, rippling stomach, strong arms, as we find a lot of our youth, and how do they die on a football field? How do you find that some athletes are physically toned, may look like Adonis, but how do they die on a football field? Of natural causes. Very often, it's a cardiac arrhythmia. Very often.
Well, I can say several things. One is that she did have a cardiac arrhythmia. Her normal rhythm was interrupted. It stopped, and she died. Okay?
That's always correct.
I have to admit, Okay. All right. Now, what I cannot say is whether she had an arrhythmia prior to her dying, because I cannot examine that now. Thirdly, what I can say is what I did say, and that is structurally, being able to examine the heart the way it was, that it was 240 grams, that it had all the normal features of a normal heart in this age group, I could say that, and that I did.
Okay. Well, here's a person, what I'm alluding to, has done 14,000 autopsies. You know the man is particularly adept in his profession. And he can't tell you the cause of death. Oh, not true. Not true. He didn't know the cause of death because he failed to perform the test that was to give him the actual cause of death. So what he said, I just did it by the process of elimination. Process of elimination in a situation this serious? And let me explain to you more so why I know that he had to be struggling with the problem. That's why I asked him on January the 16th, did you have a meeting with some police officers? And this is what I was alluding to. You find the autopsies performed on December the 18th. She dies, the body's discovered then, let me put it like this, on the 15th. Autopsy is on the 18th. He gives a cause of death as pending. Pending. Then after he gives the cause of death as pending, this pending holds for a long time. Coincidentally, the pending now turns to probable. The word I use is probable asphyxia on March the 5th, 2007. What a coincidence. Mr. Taylor's preliminary examination was, March 6th, 2007. So I asked Dr. Casson, what happened between the December the 18th and March the 5th to change this, because he didn't know, because he wouldn't have put pending. If he knew for certain, he would have put what he thought to be the cause of death then. So we know he didn't know. He said, well, I was waiting on some lab results. Now, in terms of objective findings, we know that the lab results would just simply say whether or not she had ingested something or she was given something to cause her death. So the lab results, admittedly, he stated, did not change his views or his opinion. So what happened between December the 18th, when he couldn't even tell a cause of death, and March the 5th, when he comes in this courtroom and basically says thereafter, then I'm certain as to what it is.
In this case, to say she died of a natural cause. And when you think about this, think about the crime scene itself. Does this crime scene look to any of you like what you would expect to see if someone died in their sleep of a heart attack? Use your own common sense and life experience. Tried to see if they could find any type of relationship between the defendant and Laura Dickinson. They looked through Laura's phone, they looked through Laura's computer, they looked through the defendant's phone. They talked to friends. There's no relationship between the two of them. They looked at their class schedules. They didn't have any classes together. They weren't even in the same buildings on the same days.
As I say, the paths of the two parties are certainly going to collide. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a case here today. Mr. Taylor did, in fact, visit the room of some friends.
Mr. Vandermark, can you tell the jury how old you are?
I'm 19 years old.
Do you go to school?
Go to school at Eastern Michigan University.
And how long have you gone to Eastern for?
2 semesters.
How frequently would you speak with him during the fall semester of 2006?
I'd say about 2 to 3 times a week.
All right. Do you recall a night when Mr. Taylor came over and a Facebook account was created?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us briefly what Facebook is?
Facebook is online basic networking site. A lot of college, pretty popular amongst college kids.
How was it that Mr. Taylor came into the dormitory?
He was lit in through there's a back side door, which is located on Ann Street. It's lit in by Nick Maruzi.
And was that prearranged or was that accidental?
No, it's prearranged.
How was it prearranged?
Probably called each other. So you want to hang out? Come by. Let him into the side door. It's frequently done, to avoid the hassle. It's kind of a hassle also to, get your stuff all figured out. You get to bring your ID out and whatnot. It's kind of a hassle to get in the building.
Okay.
Majorly went up to Nick Maruzi's room, up on the 4th floor.
And when you were up in Nick Maruzi's room on the 4th floor, what did you and Mr. Taylor and Mr. Maruzi do?
We smoked a blunt and played some video games.
They were smoking marijuana. That's just a fact.
In addition to smoking that and playing video games, was there any other activity?
Other than the making of the Facebook accounts, pretty much about it. And that, just playing a little bit of NCAA 07.